Hi, I'm Jason Wieloch, principal of Wieloch Goldstein at Compass. I'm 15 years in the real estate business, serving buyers, sellers, and home builders here in Metro Atlanta. Well, it was sort of by accident, actually, because I graduated with a finance degree from Ole Miss in 2008. Best year ever to graduate in finance because all the banks went out of business that year. I thought I was going to be some big Wall Street broker. So I ended up at my dad's house in the guest room, and I thought to myself, well, there's no jobs, might as well get a real estate license. So I did the 75-hour course in 5 days, and in April 2009, it was official. I was off to the races. I first started at a small brokerage that my uncle owned, my dad's brother here in Atlanta, a Weichert Realtors franchise. I was there for 2 years, and then I decided I needed some additional training, right? So Keller Williams recruited me, and phenomenal company, the best at training young agents. And I was there for 8 years, learned so much about organizational structure, and how to run a really professional business. And then all of a sudden I heard about this company called Compass that was taking the US by storm. They were in other major markets already, like New York where they were founded, Miami, LA, and my best friend in the business is a top Compass agent in San Francisco. So I talked to him, got on the wait list, and then in July of 2018, I was climbing Mount Kilimanjaro, probably at 17,000 feet, and I get a message of, hey, we're going to be in town next week. Compass Corporate's coming. We'd like to meet. So, of course, I'm coming down the mountain, flying back to Atlanta, and I meet with the CEO, Robert Reffkin. I loved it. Tech forward, a tech forward brokerage with really, really smart, forward-thinking people that are running the company. So I ended up being the first agent in Atlanta to sign with Compass, and we started here August of 2018. It was like a totally different world. So when I got into the business, obviously the financial crisis happened, which was directly related to real estate. So there were tons of foreclosures, and then what was called short sales at the time, which was when people were selling their homes for less than what they owed on them. So we had all of these distressed sales. My job was basically finding distressed properties for people because that's what they wanted. So I was looking at Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Bank of America listings all the time, and the process was so difficult. Sometimes it would take 3-4 months to get a sale approved. Now it can take a day or two. It was quite the time, and probably 4 or 5 times the amount of time spent to get a deal done than in a traditional market. But it taught me so much about the real estate business and about customer service. Well, the one thing I can recall is that the contracts were so complex. Not only did we have a standard real estate form for the state of Georgia, you'd have these 20, 30-page, let's call them addendums, that the bank would give you for your client to sign. So there was so much more to review. You had to really go through it, line by line with the customer, because contracts like that are kind of intimidating, right? So it taught me a lot about contracts, taught me a lot about, well, on a personal level, patience, right? Because of the time spent. And it also helped give me hustle because these were small deals. Prices were really low. I mean, you could buy things in Atlanta for $50,000, $100,000 in many cases back then. So it was, on to the next. Yeah, you had to do 20, 30 deals to, make an income. Good question. I'd say anytime you learn something in the classroom, it doesn't translate entirely to the real world. But a finance degree certainly helped. It led to, initially out of college, getting securities licenses and understanding how financial instruments worked, right? So when it came to getting creative with mortgage options for folks, right, and understanding how to translate that knowledge to the customer, it was so helpful for me. And also, there's many parallels to how financial markets work to real estate markets. They're very different, but a lot of the same principles will prevail. I felt like I had a strong advantage because of that. Kind of like when I got into real estate, it always feels like this business, you sort of fall into things and you don't plan it like anything else in life. And so it started with me simply meeting a client out at a lot in Buckhead that was interested in potentially building, and we met the builder there. And I immediately was interested in what it is that drives their business. So I started asking questions around what is it that brings value to you? What is it that you look for in a quality lot? What are the things that are important about agents you work with? So I started asking these questions, and before you know it, I'm looking into how can we not only engage with new construction, but how can we also make this a piece of our business that supports our core business of our clients that are buying and selling homes. So it was an amazing process, and it's been so fun to participate. Yeah, new construction it's taught me so much, and what I love about it is it gives you insight into how everything around us is created, right? We walk around the city every day, we tour homes, everything around us was developed from dirt, right? So seeing the process of how we're able to create projects and how going back and forth with the city or the county to make sure that it conforms to zoning and those guidelines, and then seeing dirt or an old house be replaced by something that didn't exist before. You see it two-dimensionally when you look at blueprints, surveys, site plans, but then it comes to life in 3D. And so I think that's my favorite part, is that it's fun to show homes and help people find their match. It's even more fun when you help them find a match and they're creating something. I love the creative aspect of new construction.